that you have enjoyed your past week. Today is Friday, and we are here to do a weekly energy forecast for May 10th through to May 16th. And so we do have a new moon coming up right around May 12th. So for people that aren't already on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. And if you do, also click the bell button so that when you after you do that, you'll start getting notifications of when I go on and do lives on there as well, or if I have posted something. So feel free to say hello if you're watching. Let me know how you're feeling, and also if there's something that you're grateful for. And so what I'm going to be doing is pulling up cards for each day of the week coming up. As well, if you go onto my YouTube channel, you'll be able to see last week's reading and see how some of these things have come into your life already. My kitty cat here wants in. And so on the 12th, around 7 p.m., I'm going to be doing a meditation and healing on there. So be sure to like. Okay, right away we have the Patience card for Monday. Hi, Valerie. How are you feeling? How is your energy today? Wednesday. So setting the intention that everybody gets wonderful healing messages here that they need to, based on all the people that will be watching, whether it is Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're going to do Saturday, and we're even going to do a Sunday card, and then I want to do a theme card as well. Okay, Athena. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So one thing that we do when we read cards is often pay close attention to what your eyes are drawn to. So what was the first thing that you noticed? So the first thing I noticed actually is this lady. I'm seeing a cape. So regardless of what it is, I see a cape on this lady. So if you could think about, just from a symbolism standpoint, feel free to share. What do you think of when you think of a cape? It could also be a sweater draped over this person, but what comes up for you? I'd love to hear. So I slow down here and take a sip. I'm a little stressed, but good, Valerie says. Awesome. Awesome that you feel good, but stress not so much, right? It is safe for you to be powerful. So this person might be, when I think about somebody that puts like a little sweater over their shoulders, I kind of think of like people who go to like tennis clubs and stuff like that, right? And it doesn't necessarily, superpowers, Valerie says, awesome. And it doesn't necessarily mean like snooty as much as it is these people might be feeling like strong because they're feeling confident, or they might be feeling abundant, whatever it is. And so it feels like they're not worrying about being protected. They're not worrying about how safe they are. They feel safe. They feel abundant, that sort of thing. So if Valerie's saying superpowers, yeah, it's like that maybe they're proud of their gifts, they're proud of their talents, things like that. So if that's our theme for the week, following week, especially being in new moon energy tends to be our best energy for manifesting things into our life. So perhaps for you, it's building up your strength right now. It might be thinking a bit more even logically, because often if you are an intuitive person, sometimes you might get lost in the spirituality, and it might be what are some more realistic goals that I could set for myself. I know that's coming in for me. So again, take it however you need. That's our theme card. Okay, and be sure to let me know if you're catching the replay as well. I'd love to know who's watching these, and so I can tailor some of this stuff for you guys. Patience. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. So we're going to do the same thing here. What jumps out at you right away, right? Is it this part or that part? Is she an angel? That sort of thing, right? So just notice whatever pops out, and feel free to again share what do you see automatically. So right away my eye went towards the sun. And it also went towards like the reflection of the sun. I tend to really notice things like that wherever I am, outside, things like that. The sun always stands out to me. Angel. I kind of figured that that would happen. Okay, so when we think about Monday's energy, for me, with the sun being super important, it's about the like especially with the word patience on this card. I look at it as really focusing on the positive, really making sure that around this new moon energy, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in particular, it's really important to stay in that high frequency because if we do that, the energy is going to shift in a positive way for us, right? And so it's super important if you're feeling a little bit down. That can happen around new moons. Some people find that new moons are more intense than full moons for them. So, again, just notice your own frequency and find ways to remove obstacles. And when you can do that, book a session with me if you would like to. robinshealing.com. I have a booking system that way. I am changing my hours from 11 to 6, so that will be my set time. So I can have some early morning time for myself and evening time with my family. And I'm also off weekends as well, so I'm making a little bit of like evening time available for people who have the regular 9 to 5. But it's super important around like Monday to Wednesday again that you're removing obstacles. So if you can do that on your own, that's great. And just think about ways that you could lighten your load, right? What are some ways that you could shift your energy more to find more balance, right? Reiki healing would be a perfect example of a positive way that we can remove negative energy. And then theta healing would be another way, like to become aware of what's blocking you, because often, and dream analysis is another great way. I do that as well in my readings, but it's about really discovering what's underneath. And sometimes we have to slow down and breathe, get calm, be in nature in order to connect to that. So hence for me, that's where like the reflection comes in, right? We have to be able to take time. So Monday the 10th, make sure that you're doing that, schedule that in for yourself. And then Valerie with the element of an angel. I'm going to just take a breath here. If we relate it back to our theme card talking about feeling safe, feeling protected, things like that, sometimes we have to ask for forgiveness as well around new moon. Sometimes we're still doing that kind of full moon thing, asking to forgive, just to be forgiven even for things that we've done that maybe we have shame around, or things that we've done that maybe weren't the best version of ourselves, things like that. When I say ask for forgiveness, it's more if you believe in like angels and the universe, the universal life force energy, things like that. It might be that you actually have to like pray and have communication that way, okay? But yes, however you want to take it, okay? But thank you for participating in that. So even taking a couple breaths here would be great, just to share the energy of this space. Ariel, new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. So what are the similarities in these two cards? Study. They both say study on them. So that's how we start to develop when we're doing card readings. Themes, right? If they're all starting to say the same thing, then that's significant for everyone, okay? Especially in general things. So allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. So what's the other thing I just said? And then now this is coming in. Prayer, right? And that, so it makes sense that around the new moon, definitely watch my new moon meditation and healing, because it's the people that are present during the live are the ones that are going to get the most out of it, because I'm going to be feeling their energy specifically, and you can ask questions so I can tailor it more to you. But the fact that prayer is coming up again, it's about understanding that things are going to come back to you, okay? So specifically on Tuesday around this full moon, trust that by being open and being accepting of others as well, that you're naturally going to evolve and grow, all right? So pay close attention to how things are falling into your lap on Tuesday, and that it's not something you really have to work that hard towards. It's actually the opposite. It's about letting go of the feelings of heaviness, as Monday's teaching us to start letting go of that, right? So if you do this on Monday, this is more likely to come in on Tuesday. So Lila, spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So, meditation is coming up. We've already talked about also getting outside in nature. So, on Wednesday, we'll still be in this really, really powerful new beginning energy. And again, if you look at this card, feel free to share if there's anything you notice about it or any message that comes to you naturally. But I kind of see this person, aside from us noticing the words, they're kind of like this, right? And they're actually taking time to, as I was saying, to reflect and things like that. So it sounds like throughout the start of the week, it's super important that we're really getting back on track with where we want to be, maybe even who we are if you want to get a little bit deeper on that. And absolutely, for myself, over the last couple of weeks, I've been going through lots of change, and I think we all have been. And depending on what you did around the last full moon, I know I asked for very specific things to be released, and now that the new moon's coming in, it's so cool how powerful that energy is, and how these things are starting to happen. So this is kind of telling us that, aside from us having to raise our energy and, connecting to intentions, this is kind of like allow yourself to really feel the good things that have happened, and also feel into the energy that's coming as well, because it is very important to stay in that positive mindset at this time, okay? Which is interesting because Valerie said thinking, and I was just saying mindset, right? So we're exactly on track with that. And the reason why we're being directed towards nature is absolutely it's getting nicer out right now, depending on where you live. And we're having this desire to want to get more sunlight. We have this desire to want to maybe lose weight, things like that, because maybe you're thinking about getting into your shorts and t-shirt again instead of your heavy clothes. And we're shedding some skin, right? And we're also shedding, it feels like, some light as well. So if you're feeling a bit heavy, just see it that maybe there's something that you still need to let go of, and just be mindful of that, okay? Because it's a little bit different for everyone, but Wednesday feels like it's going to be a really, really strong day. So, Thursday, Archangel Gabriel, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So we were noticing the word angel kept coming up, things like that. We have a specific Archangel Gabriel, so you could even look up how Gabriel helps us. I've worked with Gabriel before when I felt drawn to that angel, and it was just through an incense. But I did notice like a big change in my energy and in my mood. So that's kind of what this is telling us, to actually start working on what you are drawn to specifically, because everybody's new moon intentions are going to be different, right? Every single person in the world is going to be completely different. So we want to be different, but we want to just think outside of the box just a tiny bit more. So it's telling us that Gabriel's going to help us, especially if you're calling that energy in, to make a big step in your life. How can you grow more? And I believe last week was a lot of growth. So that makes sense, where it's like, how can I go even further with this? Okay. But yeah, she has a lot of strength, as our theme card was suggesting, to keep working on maybe your own abilities and things like that. Okay. I'm doing a past life regression May 15th as well. So I'm teaching that class. If you're interested in joining, go on to my business Facebook and you'll be able to see the event there. As well, if you would like to do a Reiki masterclass with me, that information is also there. Okay, Grace and Antoinette. So this is Friday. To help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. Okay, and again, these are names that you could probably look up. But I see this person needing support, okay? And it makes sense because Valerie was just saying she's feeling a bit stressed out. So also feel free to share if you notice any messages in this card. What stands out to you? How do you feel when you look at it? What colors do you notice? I see this as someone who needs to focus more on themselves, okay? And so when I think about focusing on ourselves, it's kind of what the whole theme has been this far is it's like, okay, it's very much about like re-identifying with yourself. Who do you really want to be and how do you want to get there? Things like that. So we're looking into almost the future a bit this week. And I think that that's really important to know what you want, because if you don't know what you want, whether it's in a relationship with your career, that's when energy starts to get kind of messy. And so we want to be very clear at this time. Okay, so Friday, really just start connecting to what it is that you want moving forward. And it's in a deeper way. Okay, if I've been doing this way for a long time, maybe I should just go a little bit deeper here, and not be afraid to do that. So it might take a little bit of courage. It might mean that you need some support. Again, I can help you with that. I feel protected, Valerie says with this one. Hi, Sarah. Let me know how you're feeling. And again, if you notice anything in these cards, we're just doing our weekly for next week. And again, you can check out the one from last week. So right away, I also feel connected to her, the size of her angel wing. It's like one of these people has a stronger wing than the other, and that's why they're supporting the other one. So kind of like me as a person who supports others, it's like it's okay to like take people under your wing, and like if you have that energy, if you have that ability, right? But it's teaching us how to develop those skills as well. So hence why I was bringing up my classes. And I also do one-on-one coaching as well. So I had someone reach out recently about learning about energy work. And although my Reiki level 1 and 2 now is a digital copy, you still get everything that you would if you were having a one-on-one with me. And then it's almost better because then you could actually book a session with me and we can go over some of those things together. So I think that that's a wonderful idea. But again, coaching in all forms, okay? Aurora, this is for Saturday. You are flying high right now, the 15th. That's my dad's birthday, which may threaten others, but don't descend because others will soon become inspired by your example. And we've been kind of talking about that, right? Just on Friday, and how it's about where we're feeling energy-wise. So I've been watching and I can relate to a lot that you're saying. Thanks for making the live. It's been one of those days I felt I needed, guidance, and then I noticed you were live. Awesome. Because I was being told to come on here and specifically focus on the weekly. So let me know if you notice anything in this card, okay? It looks like this person is feeling okay. They don't, I just get that they're not feeling on top of the world. They're not feeling like underneath other people. They're just connecting in a way to just where they are. And it's interesting, but I recently had someone check all of my my happiness hormones, and I was a 10 out of 10 on all of them, and she's like, holy mac. And those were her words, and she thought that that was so cool. And I said, I've really worked a lot on being content and, you know, gratitude and things like that. So although it might come across, yes, there's issues, but at the same time, it's, as we've been saying, it's a mindset. So Saturday's telling us that it's okay to not be okay, but it's also important to be okay with where things are, okay? So that's kind of just feeling like you're more open, all right? Super important. And that makes sense with this person, and they're going into the openness, right? As we've been talking, nature is where we can collect our thoughts and get our ideas. And I think it's important on the weekend to be with other people, okay? So May 15th, I would say get together with others, especially if they're like-minded or they're a close friend, maybe it's a family member. Serena, I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith, because you gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. So Sunday is saying like that there might be some confusion because you're putting out this energy that you want throughout the week, and then you're kind of like, okay, I put it out, but I still might not know what to do because it takes time for things to unfold. And again, finances are coming up in the card, and it's kind of like, well, you know, I can't do this, I can't do that, maybe. And this is kind of like limiting ourselves. So again, Sunday, make sure that you're keeping your energy still very up. Be as diplomatic as you can as well. So if things aren't going that well in your life, you don't need to like also dump that on other people or make other people feel negative because you feel negative. It's kind of like we release in healthy ways. So on Sunday, make sure that you're dedicating time to maybe journaling, writing, doing some sound healing, doing some chanting, things like that. Okay. And again, if you don't know how to do those things, you want me to make up a class for you guys to learn some of that stuff, I can't. Okay. So don't be a stranger. Absolutely. And when I say reach out, guys, I just mean like underneath this thread, you can just comment and I'll see it and I can write back to you. If you are inboxing me, you can inbox me if you have a specific question about a service or a product. Otherwise, you can book a session with me through my booking link, and just to keep it super easy for you guys, because I find my availability is there for you, and then we don't need to go through scheduling. Sound good? Have a wonderful week, guys, and I would encourage again to go onto YouTube and check out more videos there. Bye for now.